Is quality on the decline when it comes to Merrell hiking shoes? Let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Kemp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Well, if you have watched my channel for a while, you know that I am a huge fan of the brand Merrell, and specifically the Merrell Moab hiking shoe. I love Merrell Moabs. I have owned probably 15 different pairs of Merrell Moabs over the years. It is my favorite shoe. I wear it every day for many, many hours a day, but I just bought about 3 months ago a pair of the brand new Merrell Moab 3. Now, I love the Merrell Moab 2. I love the original Merrell Moab. I am not so crazy about the Merrell Moab 3. Let me show you why. So I bought my pair of Merrell Moab 3s right before my trip to the Midwest for my 2023 summer vacation. And so on that trip, I wore these shoes all over, from the Museum of the United States Air Force in Dayton, Ohio, through hiking Nelson Ledges in Cuyahoga Valley National Park, to roaming all around Niagara Falls and Niagara Falls State Park, Whirlpool State Park, Devil's Hole State Park, Old Fort Niagara, down into Shenandoah National Park. We hiked all over the place in about the first 3 weeks I owned these shoes. And I've noticed two things that have me concerned. The first one is admittedly minor. I just don't like the way it looks, but you can actually see it right here. See all these threads around the toe box? They're just starting to fray. And it's happening on both shoes. So I've got, the other one over here. Let me see if I can get it in the frame. Yeah, you can see it. That's never happened on my other Merrell Moabs. I don't know why it's happening, but it's definitely annoying. It makes me wonder whether ultimately that's going to split as the shoe gets older. But I have never seen fraying of threads on my Merrell Moabs before, especially in the toe box. So I'm just wondering if that is a little bit less quality. But the big one that got me is that I had a sole failure on the bottom of the shoe within the first 3 weeks of wearing them on the trail. Now, where I was hiking was really rocky. I'll give it that. Lots of exposed roots. So, that's where I would expect the soles of a shoe to take a beating. But I have never had a sole failure in a pair of Merrell Moabs ever, no matter where I've hiked all over the United States. So you can see right there, one of the lugs on the end of the shoe failed. It just broke off. So I don't know, I can still wear it. I don't notice it when I'm hiking, but let me get real close in there, see if I can get it to zoom in. But you can see, it just ripped the chunk, right off. And I guess that can happen, but it hasn't happened for me in 15 pairs of Merrell Moab, the originals and then the Merrell Moab 2s. And this is the first pair of Merrell Moab 3s I've owned. And, right off the bat, the fraying of the threads, the lug failure on the sole. I don't know, is this Merrell going cheaper in its production, using less quality materials? It's still a Vibram sole. So, and tread, I'm guessing that Vibram is using the same materials that they did on the Moab 2. So is it just a weakness in the design of this tread? I really like the old tread design. It worked really well for me. I didn't have any traction issues wearing the shoes, but I was just really surprised when I looked down and I saw a piece of rubber flapping off the edge of my shoe that eventually just totally ripped off. So I have to say I'm concerned. The shoes are still comfortable. They feel the same, pretty much the same as the Moab 2s. It took me a little bit of getting used to because they are just a hair different. But I have serious questions about whether or not this shoe, the Moab 3, is the same quality as the Moab 2. And if it's not, how long are they going to last? And should I be looking for a new favorite hiking shoe? So Merrell, if you see this, I would love to hear your take on this. I don't know why, I'm seeing these problems in a shoe that, quite honestly, didn't need perfecting. The Moab 2 was just fine, and quite honestly, if I could go back to those, I would. But I don't know, Merrell, you might have a problem on your hands. You might have a problem with stitching. You might have a problem with your soles. I guess, time will tell. But it's definitely concerning. And since I recommend Merrell Moabs to almost everybody who ever asks me, hey, what's your favorite hiking shoe? I say without reservation, Merrell Moabs. Well, now I have reservations. So we'll see how long these shoes last. I'll probably buy another pair in the future just to see, if maybe this was a fluke pair. But if I don't get a lot of use out of this one, if they don't last as long as the Moab 2s, and if I try another pair and they don't last as long either, then I will definitely be looking for a new pair of hiking shoes. So guys, I just thought I'd make this video because it's concerning. I definitely, when I love a product, I sing its praises, but when a product doesn't stand up to, the quality I think it should, I definitely feel like I should call that out. So, guys, I'm Kevin with Kemp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. We exist to help moms and dads take the kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. It's very, very important to have really good footwear if you're out there hiking and camping and fishing, which is why I've always recommended the Merrell Moab. Am I going to continue to recommend the Merrell Moab? Well, I guess we'll see. We'll have to stay tuned to the channel. But if you like this content, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit that little bell that notifies you when we release new videos. We might be reviewing some new hiking shoes on the horizon here, guys. So if you like that kind of content, stay tuned. I hope that this is a fluke because I really like Merrell as a company. We'll see. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.